What's going on? It's your boy Solo E in the building. And if you don't know who I am, once again, I'm a singer, songwriter, producer. I also teach you how to financially be good by trading Forex. Not only that, if you guys are into music and you want to learn how to market your music and grow your fan base, I got you because I teach that in my YouTube channel as well. But before we get into it, guys, I want you to make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in a bit. Have you ever felt like you don't know exactly what strategy, or you want to help your actual style, your actual trading methods? Well, this is once again a channel because I have so many other videos where I show you how to trade using pure price action, market structure, phone strategies I also teach, and so forth. But in this video, guys, I want to show you one of my strategies that I use in a 15-minute time frame. This is only part one though, remember that. But I have part 2, part 3 coming soon. But in this video, I am going to be literally walking through the steps on how you can find great entries in a 15-minute time frame using one of my favorite pairs, which is GBPUSD. Also, you can use this for USD 30, also S&P 500, and go. This strategy works perfectly for pretty much any of those pairs, Euro USD as well. So make sure you guys get in tune with this, and make sure, like what I said, you really take notes, because this is definitely going to get you what you need. Now, other than that, if you want more information and more valuable content, I have a course. Make sure you guys click the link, because we get in more in depth with everything here. I also teach my students and get my students trading signals as well. So make sure, once again, go ahead and check out the course. Other than that, let's go ahead and hop on my computer. I'm gonna show you guys how I make this money. Let's do it. Alright, y'all, so in this video, y'all will basically be getting this insane 15-minute strategy. You can honestly trade with any pair, but I love trading this pair, which is the GBPUSD, especially with this strategy here. If you guys love scalping, this is probably going to be one of the best strategies you can implement. Now, me per se, I love the US 30 and the S&P 500, so I use this same strategy for those pairs. This is part 1. I'm dropping part 2, which will actually be on the cell phone probably, and then I'm gonna drop part 3, which is basically going to be more of like doing sniper entries. And I mean, like, you would literally trade from the 5, like you take your trade in a 15-minute time frame, but you're going to hold the trades a little bit longer. I'm gonna show you all of that. I'm gonna show you how I use it. Make sure y'all subscribe too, man, because definitely I got a bunch of other videos, and I will be dropping a bunch more videos. And then two, if you're not a student with the course, I highly recommend it, because I get more in depth with everything I teach in my YouTube channel. All right, so let's get into it. So the very first thing we're going to do is start with our markups, because we gotta know where the trend is going. We gotta know where the market is going, because if we don't know that, we're trading blind and we're just gambling our money away. All right, so I always start from the daily time frame and the 4-hour time frame, and I kind of figure out the overall picture. Now, the overall picture is basically giving me that it's an uptrend. It's still consolidating, but based off these moves that's happening now, it's creating higher highs, higher lows, and so forth. So I'm looking at this as a uptrend. It's basically creating what we call a flag. I wouldn't say a flat flag, but it's definitely giving us the indication that it could potentially hit here and then drop. We don't know, but that's just based off our technical analysis that we're doing. However, we're not waiting on that move, right? We're only just looking at things at the bigger picture to essentially get an idea of where the trend is going. So we know it's an uptrend. Not only that, I drew my markups here because I'm seeing that this is strong support, or strong resistance, and this could be an area where if the market was to ever come here, it can act against it and go back down, or it can hit a big move, spike up, break out of it, and then retest this area and then go up. We don't know, but we do know that this is a strong area, and it is going to do something in this area for sure. It's going to give us some powerful stuff. All right, so now we're here. We can go into the 4-hour time frame and essentially do the exact same thing, and I already did here. I just wanted this video to be short, but the reason why I drew it here is because this is where key areas are major to me. I'm seeing that the market came back in this area as resistance, and then it broke out. It almost tried to give us support, but then it went back down, gave us resistance again, and then this long wick here happened. And then if you look here, it broke structure again, and then this wick right here, it gave us another indication that this is a support area. So me seeing that is telling me, okay, this is strong. So now I'm seeing that if the market was to ever come in this area, I am definitely happy to say I definitely got to try to look for buys. All right, so I'm gonna jump in the 1 hour time frame, and we already know that this is in the uptrend. So only thing I'm doing in the 1 hour time frame is just marking up my charts as far as doing markups for the market structure. So if you guys don't know market structure, I got another video on that. Make sure you watch that video as well. But just to go over the basis, basically market structure is just a structural area where price is at, and you can identify it in some form of way. All right, so I'm seeing that this is where market was at because this is our previous low. So knowing that this is our previous low, market will have to come in its previous low in order for us to take this trade, and it did right here in the 1 hour time frame. So guess what, we're hopping in the 15-minute time frame, and we're going to actually enter in the trade. In the 1 hour time frame, we got our indication, because if you look, go back here, this is where the previous low was at. I got my moving averages here, and it's acting very well as support. So I have so many confluences I'm interested in this trade. So I'm gonna jump in a 15-minute time frame, and then I'm gonna be looking for buying opportunities. All right, now what is the buying opportunities? My buying opportunities is my MACD here. All right, so make sure you guys have the MACD out, and then 2, your moving averages is 50 SMA and then 14 EMA. All right, so make sure you have these indicators set, and then all you're waiting on for the MACD is for price to cross, or for the actual lines to cross. And then 2, for price action, we're looking for a candlestick pattern. Moving averages, it just has to give us some type of confluence, like the moving averages acting as moving support or moving resistance. So we got all of that, guys. So let's go ahead and get into it and see what happens. Wow, look at that. So we got this move here. This is a long green candle. Typically I don't usually trade these long candles because my pips for my stop loss would be so far out of my rules. The only way I would feel comfortable in taking a trade is if my ratio is at least 1-2, and the only way we would know that is if we draw a Fibonacci. So we will draw a Fibonacci from the previous low, which is here. I'm looking at the bigger picture, to that previous high, which is here. Now this is one of my take profits, the -27. If it's not my 1 or 2, I am not comfortable in the trade. All right, so it's not. However, I have 2 take profits. My second take profit will be here, but just because this isn't still a 1-2, I don't feel comfortable in taking the trade. So we're just going to do the same thing again. We're going to wait on market to give us our candlestick pattern, which it did here, and then it also gave us a crossover here. So now I am going to see if this is going to be a nice risk reward management trade, which it absolutely is. It's a 1-3, one of the best. Moving my stop loss just rough, yep, right there, and we're just going to ride this and see what happens. All right, and as you guys see, it's just booming, booming, and just boom, and it hit actually our second take profit, which is here. So that's what happens when you stick to the rules and you don't go out of the box, right? Because we didn't get in here, essentially you didn't want it to get in this trade. Now you would have still made pips, is what I would have told you. You would have still made some money, but it just took a little longer. And knowing how our minds work, we're a little nervous if we're watching the charts. But that's one thing that you gotta set aside. You gotta set that aside. You gotta sometimes take the trade and just leave, put your stop loss to where it's at, put your take profit to where it's at, and just leave it alone, because it could be like one little pip off your stop loss and then it just boom. Like that happens so many times, you know. The motions gotta sometimes just not be there, because that can mess up everything. So it's next thing. So we're gonna do this all over again. We're just waiting on market to come at least to our same structural area, which is actually over here. This is our structural area. We're waiting on crossover, and then we're going to get in the trade. So looks like we kind of got it here, but I am not that interested in this, just because the candles are not giving me a lot of volatility in the one candle. So I'm just going to sit and wait. It looks like it's just consolidating very, very slow. It's just moving slowly. All right, so I don't know what time we are in. It might just be the session that we're currently at is not giving us a lot. But now if you look here, we got a crossover right here on our MACD. And then 2, if you look here, we can put, maybe, let's see if this will be a great trade, but we're going to put our Fibonacci from the previous low to the previous high. Now I can tell you right now, this is not a good trade. So we're not taking this trade because this is not a one-on-one. We're looking for one-on-ones, and this is exactly why we need to take the trade, as you see, right? We're looking for good entries so we can make the most out of our buck. So as you guys see, we never got anything. We never got anything. Based off my rules, we never got anything here, right? We got a crossover here, which is cool, but we never got it in our price action. We never got a candlestick pattern, so there's nothing to stress about. Just wait and wait and wait until we get something. So that's basically currently where the market is at, guys. It's currently just playing this game here. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is, if you stick to the general rules of trading with this, I'm telling you right now, this is the best way to take trades. Now I have a bunch of other videos you guys can watch. This is part 1. I will be dropping part 2 in a couple of days, so make sure you are subscribed, make sure you like and comment, and then if you aren't in my courses, make sure you get in my courses. I got a lot of details I'm gonna be teaching you guys. Other than that, man, peace and love. Stay tuned for more. Peace.